So since we focus on playing time here, let's start with the Astros. You have Zach Dezenzo, Brendan Rodgers, and Cam Smith. They're all getting playing time right now. It's largely because of the injuries to Altuve and, of course, Yordan Alvarez. Yordan's injury sounds kind of ominous. He might start swinging a bat this week and hitting off a tee. Hard to say how long that's going to last. And you have Cam Smith. Cam Smith was actually sitting two straight right before he got these last two starts. And these last two Cam Smith starts come with Altuve and Yordan out of the lineup. Rodgers, he's playing more. He's got second base. He's a league average defender right now. And then you have Dezenzo. Similar strikeout issues in terms of the K rate to Rodgers, but it looks more sustainable because the overall swing and miss is not as concerning to me. And he barrels the ball really well. He can hit the ball hard. He elevates the ball a ton. The ball just stays in the air. So I think his playing time is the safest and his production has the most potential here among these three. If you look at Tampa Bay Rays, it's really simple. Christopher Morel, just done. He only plays against lefties right now. He's on a weak side platoon. You have Josh Lowe returning, so that playing time does not look like it's going to improve anytime soon. You also have Josh Lowe returning. I would say Travis Jankowski is the current odd man out in this lineup, and then you'll still have Simpson probably dropping the order a little bit with Lowe moving up, or they could both hit top 3 or 4. And Kyren Meisner, kind of a toss-up there. I think he holds the job for now, but he's slowed way down since that hot start to the year. A surprising one is Taylor Walls. This dude loves to be relevant for like a moment in time every single season. He's batting 346 in May with an 842 OPS. It never lasts. The White Sox rarely have anything to get excited about, but Tim Elko offers some excitement. The dude has legitimate power. The power is unquestionable, and he's bringing it up. Showed it in his second game. First career hit, first career home run. He might have some swing and miss in his game, but the dude can hit 30, no questions asked. It's just a matter of how much contact can he make. You have Benintendi, you have Talkman, both of them returning soon. Those guys play the outfield, obviously. Between DH and first base, Elko should still have a regular role. The Red Sox want Devers at DH. Devers said, nah, I'm good, and Devers is mashing. They're not going to mess with him right now. I mean, I could see him playing first base maybe by the end of the year or even next year. But I think right now you have Devers on a roll, hitting well, adapting to his new role as a DH. Don't mess with that. The Angels are frustrating. They suck. Ron Washington sucks. It all just sucks over there in Los Angeles. Not anything new. Mike Trout should be possibly returning soon, but until then, really just a mix of crap on top of crap. Kyren Paris still sucks. He had that really hot run for like 2 weeks and it's been nothing in cricket since. Moncada, he's back. He's on a heater. He's playing every day, so there's that. And Rengifo, I don't know what's going on there. He's just fallen off a cliff this year. The guy was running last year. The power was always a question, but at least Rengifo would run. You knew what you were getting, but this dude can't do anything right now. And he sat 2 out of the last 4. Maybe Rengifo's got some of those lingering injury issues. I don't know. He sucks right now. The whole team sucks right now. It's the Angels. Rinse, repeat. Let's move on. Jordan Lawler finally gets the call. The dude's been raking all year in the minors, and he has power. He's got speed. The power might have played up a little bit because he was hitting in a very hitter-friendly PCL, and he was facing lackluster competition at AAA. That's an ongoing theme with AAA pitching. So not only will he have to adapt to Major League pitching, which is always tough for any rookie, but the playing time is still in question. He'll play 4 games a week, roughly, from what it sounds like. Pavin Smith is replaceable, so you would think there's a clear spot in the lineup, move players around. That DH spot against righties should be there, but Smith has been a well above average hitter this year. Not to mention, he finally got going again. After a slow start to May, being hitless up until like 8 days into it or 7 days into it, he has 3 straight games where he's recorded at least 1 hit. The last 2 games have been multi-hit games. Obviously, Pavin Smith is figuring it out. This is going back to the second half of last year where Smith is just hitting and hitting and hitting. So that's not getting kicked out of this lineup necessarily. Then you have Suarez, who's streaky. You have Gurriel, who's streaky and struggling right now. And these guys are their highest paid players. So it's really hard to see a spot for Lawler to play every day. But the manager has always said if Lawler comes up, he's playing every day, or at least nearly. The report was that looks like they're going to try for 4 games a week. And from there, it'll be up to him. But the issue is how do you expect a young guy to get going if he's not getting consistent playing time? Dylan Cruz, love this guy, but he sucked this year. Let's just call it what it is. He's been awful. Cruz has been absolutely horrendous offensively. And he shows his flashes here and there. He crushed in Colorado, but who isn't? And the issue is how long do they give him? He's a decent defender. He's made some great plays, including a flashy one on Sunday. He still crushes a fastball. No problem. Very toolsy, top tier speed. The dude can hit the ball well, barrel it well. He's doing that right now. But he can't hit anything that's not a fastball. That's an ongoing issue going back to last year. Pitchers notice this. They're taking advantage of it. He's even underperforming against fastballs to this point, but he's still doing his damage against them. He's underperforming against everything. And if you look at expected stats, which I'm not a huge expected stats guy, but he's underperforming by so much that it makes you ask why. Speaking of struggling rookies, Nick Kurtz, he's been horrendous as well. Nearly 40% of the strikeouts, 4 out of every 10 at bats. That is absurd. He just can't make contact with the baseball on a regular basis. Oh, but he's hitting 269. Yeah, with a 452 BABIP, totally unsustainable. He's run high BABIPs all through his very small stint in the minor leagues, albeit this is to a point that's beyond elite in terms of BABIP and something that not even Coors sustains with their best hitters. Granted, there aren't best hitters in Coors. It's like an oxymoron right now, but you get the point. Another rookie, Cade Horton, made his debut. Small sample outing, dominant at AAA, of course. Only really showed us a 2-pitch arsenal. He does throw 4 pitches, but the other 2 pitches were barely used. Is it because of the shortened outing? Is it because he's not confident in those pitches? We have to see what happens as he stretches out. Only pitched a bulk relief outing. If or when Imanaga returns, does Orton get sent down? I don't know. That's the hard part here, but like what you saw so far, and there's a lot of upside. He's a top prospect in this organization. Might as well see where it goes. Dane Myers got hurt on Sunday. The Marlins are just a dumpster fire of their own. Maybe Graham Pauley gets a little bit more run on the infield. They move guys into the outfield. They have a bunch of moving parts that are just bad. So all they're going to do is take the bad and move the bad around. There's very few good parts of this lineup. Dane Myers was one of them. He's out. He's getting imaging on this injury too, so it could be something more serious. We're talking weeks, not days, potentially. Potentially, we don't know yet. Alezander Canario was a former prospect of note for the Cubs. He's been DFA'd, he's been traded, he's been this, that. He's on the Pirates. He started 3 straight. New manager, maybe he's getting a fresh look, and maybe Canario will have some relevance. We know there's some tools there to play with for Canario. Playing time is trending up. Pham was also back in the lineup. So initially the playing time came when Pham day-to-day, but Pham was back in the lineup, and they both played together on Sunday. So we're going to keep an eye on where this goes. But Landen Roupp, I just watch all his starts, and I swear the guy is in love with BABIP. He cannot get out of his own way with the BABIP, but everything feels like an infield hit or a bloop single. He gives up some home runs too, unfortunately. So when you give up that infield hit and then that home run because you hang your curveball, which this curveball is stupid good, he's just prone to these outings where he gives up 2 or 3 over 5. In the last 2 outings, he's given up two or 3 runs over 5 innings. He's pitched 10 innings, and he's been good, not great, nothing special. But they have Hayden Birdsong and Kyle Harrison just sitting there ready to take over, neither of which are fully stretched out though. So I don't know what the plan is. I don't know why they're utilizing this way, especially when they had Harrison stretched out like up to 5 and 6+ innings in the minors, just to turn around and throw him in the bullpen in a multi-inning role. But then you have Hicks there too. That's just Hicks could lose his spot. They've also talked about Hicks possibly returning to the bullpen. So there really is a potential revolving door here between these 4 guys for 2 spots. Circling back to Pittsburgh real quick, you have Bednar versus Santana for that closer role. Again, new manager. First time they had a save chance, they put David Bednar in the game to face the 9-1-2 hitter. He got through that. He pitched the 8th, though, in the process. Dennis Santana comes in, almost blows a save, but gets out of it, secures a save. Okay, cool. The next day, Santana comes in, clean inning in a tied game, gets a win. Bednar didn't pitch. Don't know if he was unavailable or being saved. It could be a matchups thing. It could be Santana is the closer. Dodgers pitchers are a mess right now. They finally worked Ben Casparius up to 4 innings and 70 pitches in his last outing. Landon Knack comes up, spot starts, does well against Miami, as anybody should. Casparius gets screwed out of a rotation spot in the process, and he pitched 1.1 innings in his last outing. So the dream of Casparius starting is now dead as of right now. Landon Knack looks like he has a spot, but even that could be short-term because Kershaw is set to return soon. And Sasaki, although he's been awful, like absolutely awful, one of the worst pitchers in baseball, and I'm not exaggerating, it sounds like they want him to work through his woes at the major league level. It's not working for him. And then you have Snell with the shoulder issue. He still hasn't started his throwing program. He's going to see Dr. Neil Trash, and so is Glasnow. But Glasnow is more for the update. Sounds like Glasnow is trending in the right direction. Snell is not. While we're in LA, we're going to swing back over to hitters. Hyeseong Kim, just a speed guy, batting average, played 5 of 6, set versus the one left-handed pitcher that they face. So the guys played the outfield and the infield, but Edmonds dealing with a lingering ankle issue. Teoscar's still a week or 2 away. So there is still a little bit of a runway here for Kim, but we'll see, because initially Kim was supposed to just be a bench bat and filler, and he's already earned his way into regular playing time. Part of that is injury, though. Lucas Giolito, good start, bad start, good start. And the good start, the first good start I'm calling it was his debut. He actually had 5 good innings, came out, got wrecked in the 6th, I believe. The last outing, Velo was way down. He couldn't locate. Yeah, because it was a downpour. People judged him too harshly on that. Now, is he as good as he showed yesterday? Probably not, but it is interesting because Giolito, he pitched 6.2 innings. and he showed us a slider, and it was new. It was tighter, less movement, and what the big deal about it is that he utilized it as much as he did. Last two guys, just keep your eyes on them. Ryan Weathers is returning, making his debut on Wednesday. The Marlins have pitching, but they don't have their bullpen's awful, so we'll see where that goes. And Yu Darvish is set to make a rehab outing in AAA. Appreciate you watching. Subscribe on your way out, and we'll see you later this week or next week.